Okay, so tonight we're going to draw the dino lizards and the delightful diving dolphin, Dave the daring diving dolphin. Mark Kistler has a thing for alliteration. He really likes it. So we'll start with the Texas Rex. The picture, even though he's tall, it's actually a wide picture, so I'd turn your paper sideways, right? Horizontal landscape, if you will. And leave yourself plenty of room for his tail. So we'll start with that rounded rectangle for his head using rat lines. Rat lines, of course, right about there. Don't worry about getting it perfect. Just get it right about the right place, and that's going to be fine for our purposes. So he's got kind of a bean belly here, teardrop shaped body. He's got pupils just as I do. There we go. And we'll give him these teeny little legs. Teeny little legs. Hello. Do, 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 do. His skinny little tail. Just so we know where these things go. All right, now we're going to round those off a little bit and give them these big snowshoe-like paddle legs. So you'll notice that most of the Mark Kistler stuff that we've done so far is kind of square, blocky things, buildings and stuff. Then we got into the craters and the stalactites, which are a little more organic. And now we're going to draw organic creatures that are all bulbous and bumpy. And this is how we move from drawing these inorganic things to starting to draw actual organic creatures. We'll do a couple more lessons with Mark Kistler's style, and then we're going to move on to draw in the style of Lee Ames. So that'll be in a couple of weeks. You have that to look forward to. Right. Hi there, and a reminder, please turn your video off so that you don't show up in the recording. There you go. Thank you, darling. All right. So I've got his tiny little Tyrannosaurus Rex arms in there. I'm going to go ahead and add some detail to those. He's just got a couple of claws there. I don't know if that's accurate or not. I'll have to look that up later, what a Tyrannosaurus Rex actually has for hands. Because even though they're millions of years gone, you notice the shape of the leg, the thigh, the calf here. That's still the way calves and thighs look today. On humans, but especially on chickens and birds. Dinosaurs live on today, but in the shape of birds. Hi, welcome, and please turn your video off. There we go. Thank you. So give him a smile. He's a happy T-Rex. Those are some big teeth. If you go to a natural history museum and you see a Tyrannosaurus skeleton and his skull, these teeth are probably about as tall as some of you are. They can be 3-4 feet long. I would not want him chowing down on me, that's for sure. Now I'll turn his feet from these flat items into bird-like feet with his toes and his claws.
Yeah. I love you too.
Oh, I love you too.
Art class has started. He's daddy.
You gotta put the camera on.
All you need is
All right. So we've kind of roughed in our dinosaur at this point. And now I'm going to go in
what to do for the next.
with the details, and that's lots of shading. So I've got kind of a skinny T-Rex. Give him a little more of a belly there. I want him to be well fed. Although some of the other dinosaurs wouldn't appreciate that. And of course, I'll add some shade. Shade, shade, shade. We love to shade, 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 shade. We love to shade. So he's got shade on both sides here, both sides of his leg as it wraps around. And I'm sure that this is shading under his toes. It's not toe jam. Boy, could you imagine the toe jam on a Tyrannosaurus Rex? That would not smell good. And we'll shade, shade, shade. All round the leg. Shade, shade, shade. Don't make me beg. Shade, shade, shade. A little shading under the tail. He's got shade all over the face there, doesn't he? That's kind of interesting. But again, we're going to follow the contour of his face as we do this. Not just use a smooth pattern in this case. He's kind of scaly, so you can draw little scales to give him your shading. I'm not sure I like that. Kind of like the face before the shading. But what the heck. Seems like we're missing a nostril. I might add one over here. Yeah, it's strange to have his teeth way over here and his eyes sitting in 3/4. That pleases me more. Yes, I'm varying from Mark Kistler's art lesson, but Mark Kistler is a really great cartoonist. He's not necessarily a paleontologist. Paleontologist, which I'm sure you all know is someone who studies dinosaurs. It's one of the first words my daughter said when she was 2. She learned it by watching Ludwig von Drake on the Disney cartoons. And there we go. Oh, I didn't give a nice shadow on the ground. Oh, we want this sideways, don't we?
Okay.
Horizon out there. Maybe you can add some flora and fauna
Video's
around it.
off.
Tramping through the swampy grasses there. There's a meteor plummeting toward the Earth. Oh no! All right, Texas Rex, you got about 30 seconds before a catastrophic event. That meteor hits the Earth. We will say adios to Texas Rex. Dave the diving dolphin lived in the sea. There we go. So we'll draw Dave the dolphin. Draw his dorsal side first. And then the belly side. The pectoral side. And then we'll give him his bottle nose. Right about there. Give him his dorsal fin. Sort of like with Ed Emberley. I like the way we're doing the sides of the fins, and then the inside, rather than trying to draw one fin at a time. It's easier to get them symmetrical if you do them in stages this way. And I would like my dolphin to be a little skinnier than that. We get down here. I'll make that adjustment. There we go. I like that better. And we'll add a pectoral fin here. The one on the other side is going to be shaded. We can't see all of it. Yeah, so when you sit down to draw a dolphin, you might think, oh, well, that's kind of tricky. But if you do it in stages this way, and do it a little bit at a time, it's much easier. A baby can eat an elephant one bite at a time. Needs a smaller blowhole there. There we go. Maybe a slightly bigger mouth here. And a big old smile. And your tongue hanging out. Mark Kistler loves the tongues to be hanging out with the drops coming off. We'll put a little shade there to see the edge of the blowhole. And of course, we have to shade, shade, shade. We love to shade, 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 shade. We love to shade, 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 shade. We love to shade, 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 shade. We love to shade. We love to shade. Boom, boom, boom. We love to shade. We love to shade. Beep, beep, boop. We love to shade. Na, 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 shade. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 shade. Boom, boom, boom. Doom, boom, 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 boom. There we go. And he's coming off of the waters. I like the way Mark does the waves down here. And I do have to mention, if you enjoy the Mark Kistler style of drawing, I know that you're humoring me and coming and drawing along with me, and I appreciate that. But Mark Kistler does his drawing lessons online as well. I think the first one's free. You do have to pay to show up daily. I don't know what the cost is exactly, but you can always go look at markkistler.com. Mark Kistler, one word, and check out his drawing site. Mark Kistler is the person who taught me how to draw, first on his TV show, and then I got his drawing book, The Imagination Station, and The Draw Squad. I had a long train commute, and I just, while I was riding the train to and from work, I used his drawing book and taught myself how to draw. And then later on, when I was a dad, I had the opportunity to bring Mark into school for assembly. He came out and I met him, and I had looked at his website. I said, I think your website could be even cooler. And he said that I could be his webmaster. So I was his website master for a couple of years, and I went on his show as webmaster Dennis. Got to be on television. which just shows to go you. You never know where drawing is going to take you. In this case, my drawing is taking me into the water. And I'm grumpy about it, of course, because I'm grumpy about everything. Yeah, you kids, get off my water. Dang kids. I'll assume these are white deck shoes. It's the sort of thing you would wear when you are being pulled by a dolphin. Okay, one more time. I'd like to see your drawings.